It's Storytime Tea. That's me, and I'm here to tell you a story about betrayal. Y'all, it's the worst. It's literally the worst. But just want to let y'all know, I'm not bashing this girl. I hope she's having a great life, I hope she's grown. I've grown, Hope she's become the person that she wanted to be when she was younger. But I'm just going to tell y'all a couple facts, and then I'm going to tell y'all how I felt. And I'm going to just tell y'all this story because somebody brought it up to me, and literally I've only ever told the story to two people because I was so mad and I was so upset that I was just like, bro, I'm literally never talking about this ever again. But it's been a couple years, so it's just like, I ain't worried about it no more. So basically, I'll tell you the origin story of the friendship, okay? So it's like 7th grade. I'm living with my dad, and I'm already knowing that when I get to high school, I'm not living with him at all. Like, he the best, and I love him, but I was just like, bro, I'm not dealing with this, because I had to be in the house at like 7 o'clock. I'm like, bro, I'm 12. Why I gotta be in the house at 7 o'clock? Half the time it wouldn't even be dark at 7 o'clock, y'all. So I was just like, yeah, I'm moving with my mommy. So I finished out my 8th grade year and everything at my dad's house, but I started being at my mom's house a lot because my mom adopted my 2 cousins, and one of my cousins was like my favorite cousin. So I would always be up there, and he had this best friend, and once I met her, I was like, oh, she kind of cool for real, and we would hang around the same people. And so my cousin was a year older than me, 2 years older than me. And so it's just she had more in common with me than she had with him. So then I kind of stole his best friend for real. My bad. But yeah, so me and her just started hanging out a lot or whatever. And it was just he was already at Poly because all my cousins went to Poly. So he was already at Poly. So when I started going to Poly 9th grade year, she was just she wanted to go to Western, whatever, because she didn't think she was that good at math and engineering and science or whatever. So she was like, no, I'm a good writer for real. I could be a poet or whatever it is, a dove. I don't know, yo. But they be more focused on reading and stuff like that than science, whatever. So she went over there, and we would go to and from school all the time together, whatever. And by the time it was 9th grade year, it was just we was one person. We was literally one person. And I always would just have her at my house. Whenever I did anything, she was there. My mom had got these little passes for the movie or whatever. And so we would literally go to the movie every weekend. Every time a movie dropped, I was in there. And she was right next to me. We saw every single thing. And every summer, my mother would get us little Six Flags passes, and we'd go to Kenny's and me and all that other stuff. So whenever my mother would do anything for me, she did it for her. We went shopping. She got her stuff. She got me stuff. My mom just went on random little road trips, so she wanted to just drive around the city and do a bunch of random stuff and just be at stores or whatever. We was right there, both of us. And so my mom was really treating her like she was her daughter for real. And we just got closer, and we got closer, and we got closer. And so by the time senior year came, everybody who was already calling her my wife, we was together for real. That was my bestie. So it's just we were inseparable. Every single time I wanted to do something, she was like, yeah. Whenever she wanted to do something, even if I didn't want to do it, I was just like, yeah. And so she didn't like to travel by herself either. So it's just if she wanted to go to one of her friend's house or whatever, I was always there or whatever. So we was just always together. And I would tell her everything. She was the person I was the closest to for real. I had other friends that went to Poly or whatever that, but it was just she lived in my neighborhood. She was always at my house. She spent the night 5 days a week, eating up all the food in my house, everything, all the time. So I was just yeah, we basically one person. And at the end of senior year, it was I'm gonna say it was February. It was February, and my dad, I was moving back with my dad because my mom was she wanted to get a new place, but also she didn't want to keep on paying rent for the place we was at because she's just yeah, that just don't make no sense. And she didn't know how long it was going to take her to get approved for the other place. And so she was just I'm just going to stay with your aunt, and then once I get once I get into the new place or whatever, because they wanted to do renovations or whatever they had going on, she was just like, then you can come back if you want to come back. And I was like, all right, cool. So I went back with my dad for like the end of the senior year or whatever. And it was, y'all, that's another story. That's another story. But basically, one day my dad called me like, hey, where you at? I'm like, I'm at my boyfriend's house. He was just like, oh, okay, cool. You think you could stay, like, you know, not home for like the next 3 days? And I was just like, yeah, sure. What's good? He's just like, yeah, no, I'm divorcing this lady. I gotta get out of here. He was like, I don't want you to be there when I'm not there, because if she says something to you, it's gonna be a problem. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna go home. And so I was just like, let me go ahead and text my best friend, you know, because that makes the most sense. It's just like, I was at my boyfriend's house for the weekend, but he was in college and it was far. So like he was only back for the weekend or whatever. And then he was going right back. And so when I got that call, it was a Saturday. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to text her because I could stay here tonight, but I'm not going to stay here on Sunday after he leave. I'm not going to be here on Monday and Tuesday after he leaves. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to just go here to her house. So I text her, I'm like, hey, can I come over tomorrow and spend like 2 nights or whatever? She was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I was like, okay. I'm just like, I can't go home because my dad is having like whatever he got going on with his wife, soon to be ex-wife. And she's just like, that's cool, it don't matter, I ain't doing nothing. She was just like, Twin is here and she's gonna spend the night tomorrow as well, so we can have just like a little girls' night for real. We can watch some movies or whatever, eat, talk, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, that sounds cool. And so Twin is this girl that like had the last name is me, and we kind of look alike, so I would always call her my twin. But yeah, so basically I was like, that's fine. I stayed the night at my boyfriend's house that night, and then the next day we like took him to the little station or whatever so he could get picked up and go back to school. And his stepdad was taking me over her house, so I just was calling her or whatever, and I'm like, hey, you need anything? She gave me a long list of things that she wanted me to get before I came back, like I drive or something. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was at the store getting cheesesteaks, fries, sodas. I had to go to the other store and get Debbie cakes and chips. Like I was getting everything. Like I was at the market for real. Like, and then she was just like, I want to get like 2 or 3 Redbox movies and da da da. Like I really went on a whole run to get stuff. And I was like, all right, it's whatever. And so I get there and she's there with Twin. And what am I going to call this girl, y'all? I don't know. Jingle Bell. So Jingle Bell was there with Twin. And like they was talking about some other stuff or whatever. And then Jingle Bell was like, oh, we should definitely clean my room. I'm like, bro, you been home all weekend. And you went to I get here to decide that you want to clean your room. Like, bro, I'm not the maid. But I was just like, all right, bro. I guess 3 people is going to be faster than 2. So I was like, whatever. We cleaned her room. Spotless. I'm fat. So as we was doing this, I'm eating my cheesesteak. I'm like, eating my cheesesteak up. So I was just like, all right. And once we got done or whatever, we watched like one movie. After we watched that one movie, like she was like on her phone like half the movie for real. So I'm just like, girl, the movie got done. And I'm like, all right, you ain't gonna be on your phone like you was when we watched that first movie. Like we lock it in. Lock in. We watching this next movie and we gonna pay attention. We ain't gonna be doing all that lollygagging. We ain't about to be doing all that texting. Like, bro, watch the movie. I spent money on these movies. I don't care how much it was. So, watch it. And she was like, all right, I ain't gonna be on my phone no more. And so, like, I don't even know what happened, but we didn't start the second movie as soon as this first movie stopped or whatever. It was like, I guess she went to go to the bathroom or something like that. And then, like, she came back and she was just like, oh, yeah, we should go to your sister's house. Mind you, love my sister. I had never been to her house yet. And I wasn't trying to go. I was not trying to go. Like me, I have like a couple of people that I'd be like, all right, I'm going to be around. Well, back then I was like, I'm going to be around these people and that's pretty much it. Like I didn't hang around any of my siblings or anything like that except for like 2 of them. And it wasn't even that often either. So I'm just like, yeah, like, no, I'm not going over there. Because like all they ever do when they get together is smoke. And I don't smoke. And I've never smoked. So I was not interested. And plus, like, oh yeah, we had took our showers already. So I'm just like, bro, I already got in the shower. What I look like walking to my sister's house? And I already knew that the walk from my sister's house was a bop away because I had never been inside her house, but I knew like where it was, like kind of like, and it was not that close. It was like a 20-minute walk, mind you. It's like 7:30, so like the sun is setting. I'm like, do you really think me, a little black girl, is gonna be walking down the street in the dark? Like, no, I won't. Nobody's kidnapping me. Nobody's taking my organs. I'm okay. So she was like, it's going to be 3 of us. And I'm just like, it's not going to be 3 of us. It's going to be 2 of y'all. It's going to be 2 of y'all, and y'all going to walk, and y'all going to do whatever y'all got to do. Text me when you get there, because I ain't going. And then she was just like, why are you acting like that? You never even been over there. You should just go just so that you can see it. Like, it's your sister. And I'm just like, I literally can call her whenever I want. I can literally see her whenever I want. I'm like, I just seen her, like, 3 days ago when she did my hair. Like, like, no, I'm not going over there. So she was like, I just think it would be cool if we went over there because da da da. And she's like really trying to convince me. Like, she's going hard on trying to convince me to go to my sister's house. And I'm just like, bro, you ain't never want to go to her house this bad. Like, what is you on? And so I was just like, I'm going to the bathroom. So I went to the bathroom. I come back. She got her clothes on. She fully dressed. I'm like, excuse me. And she was just like, yeah, we about to go. And so my twin looking at me and I'm looking at her like, yo, she bugging. And so she's like, all right, so this is what happened. My mom said that there's too many people in the house, and so y'all can't spend a night. And so that's the reason why I was saying that we should go to your sister's house, because then both of y'all can spend a night over there. And I'm like, what do you mean, both of us? So like you going to just drop us off there and then you just gonna come home? I'm like, bro, no. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I know your mother did not see that. I know for a fact your mother did not see that. And I didn't say that to her face because I just wanted to ask her mother on my own. So I just was like, oh, okay. And then I walked out to her mother room because literally it was across the hall. And she was just like, why would I say that? And I'm like, she was like, literally, why would I say that? And I'm like, bro, she just said that you said there was too many people in your house, and so we needed to leave. And she was like, her sister's not even here. It's just the 3 of y'all. What is she talking about? And I'm like, and she was like, can't you like not go home? I'm pretty sure she told me that you couldn't go home. And I'm like, so I'm like, she geeked. And her mother's just like, yeah, nah, I didn't say that. And I was like, okay, cool. And so then I walk back in the room and I'm just like, if you want your privacy, like, I can go and sleep in your sister's room. Like, I already texted her. She said it was cool. Like, I could just go sleep in your sister's room. Me and Tamara could go sleep in your sister's room for real. And like, it's cool. Like, if you don't feel like as social as you did previously and you don't want us like in your room and in your space. And she was just like, no, that's not gonna work. Like, my mom just said that like nobody can be in here. And I'm just like, yo, why is she like really lying? And she's going hard. And like she just keep on lying. And I'm just like, bro, we supposed to be best friends. Like, why can't you just tell me what's up? Like, you know I don't want to go to my sister's house. Like, there's a whole reason why I don't want to go to my sister's house. Like, I do not like her boyfriend, and I will catch a case. Like, I literally will. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm that one. Like, if I'm at my sister's house and anything happened, he raised his hand, it's raps. Because, like, I'm not going to let nobody do nothing to my sister. And she already knew how my sister's boyfriend was. So I'm just like, no. Like, I'm not going over there. Like, I ride for my siblings too hard, and I'm too young to go to jail. I'm like, nah, I'm not spending the night over there. Are you nuts? So she's just like, oh, well, I just thought that would be the most likely place that you would go since, like, it's so close and it's kind of late. So, like, you can't really call nobody to, like, go over their house or whatever. Like, you said that this was the only place that you could stay. And so I was just trying to find you a new place to stay. And I'm just like, bro, I literally don't need a new place to stay. Like, you're literally bugging. Like, I don't know what's up with you right now, but I don't have the time for it. And so I just texted my boyfriend's mom and I'm just like, hey, I know y'all just dropped me off like 5 hours ago, but can you come back and get me? Because she's geeked. And his mother was just like, oh, definitely. I'm going to my husband over there. He gonna come get you. Don't worry. I was like, all right. So they on the way, but I was so mad that she was just lying to me that I was just like, I'm going to leave the room. I'm going to take all my stuff and I'm going to leave the room and I'm going to change my clothes in the other room and I'm going to just be over there. Like, I'm just not even going to have a conversation with you right now because I don't know what is going on with you, but I do not have the time or the patience. So I'm getting dressed in the other room and packing my stuff up. And then Twin come in. She just like, girl. And I'm like, go. She was like, she literally is putting us out for a nigga. And I'm like, no, for real. What else would it be, y'all? So I'm just like, yo, I'm so tired of boy crazy girls. Like, senior year, why is you not worried about college, bro? Or like, I don't know, getting a real job. I don't know, something. Like, why is you worried about men? Come on. Like, grow up. Like, what the fuck? So I was just mad. I was just like, all right. And she was just like, some guy that she liked was coming over and they was going to smoke and he might want to spend a night or whatever. And I'm just like, but what does that have to do with us? We literally could go in the other room. Like, it was 2 other rooms in there and it wasn't nobody in those rooms. So I'm like, it literally doesn't make any sense. We don't have to be with you. We don't have to be in a room with you. And then I'm just like, it don't make any sense. And she was just like, yeah, but she told him that the house was empty and she didn't want us to be coming over there and knocking on the door or whatever. And I'm just like, bro, if that's the case, why didn't she say something to us? Why didn't she just say that? But also, I know why she didn't say that, because it sounds dumb. You sound dumb. Like, you literally know that I don't have nowhere to go and you're really kicking me out of your house, which makes no sense because, as I told y'all, she would be at my house like 5 days a week. Like, bro, all we do is feed you and clothe you and treat you with all of the love and respect that you need in life. And this is what you do the one time I need you. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, you old enough to know that you're wrong. You know that you're wrong and you're doing it anyway. So obviously you don't care about me. You don't care about me? Cool. Like, I'm just like, this is all it took. Like, we already was not like the same person for real. We already was like on the road to, like, we had different mindsets by the time senior year came. Like, I was worried about all the right stuff and she was worried about niggas. Like, all the time. I'm like, bro, why are you so worried about these little boys? Like, it was a new little boy like every other month. I'm like, come on, like, no. And it was just like, you need to focus, because like, you doing worse than me in school. And another thing that made me mad is because I had a test in Gibson the next day. Mind you, I had a D in Gibson's class. So I'm like, no way. I'm like, bro, after that movie, I was trying to study. I'm just like, by the time 9 o'clock came, like, I just wanted to study and like get my brain right so that I could go to sleep and then my brain be working in my sleep so I could wake up smarter, you know? I had a plan for real. And it's just like, I had like an A in every single class, matter and energy, everything. Like, I had an A. Literally, Gibson class was the only class that I was not doing good in. And so I'm just like, you know that I got a test tomorrow. Why are you trying to put me out of your house at 8 o'clock? Like, bro, it's late. It is late. And I'm not walking to my sister's house. That sounds dumb. And then it's just like, back then I was like really like a germaphobe or whatever. So like, once the outside air hit me, I'm like, I gotta take a shower. I'm dirty. And so it was just like, that meant like that was gonna take an extra hour of my life because I gotta walk over there. Then I gotta take another shower. And then like, am I even gonna be able to focus? Because she got kids at her house. And like, they my nieces and I'm gonna wanna be with them. Like, since I see them, I'm like, oh, look, it's a baby. And like, I forget about the test. So I'm just like, you really setting me up for failure. And you already know the type of situation that I'm in, and still you decided to tell me that I had to get out. And she trying to make it sound sweet or whatever, like, no, I'm just looking out for you because da-da-da. I'm like, bro, like, you really not. First of all, you lying. Even if your mother did say that, me going to my sister's house was not the solution. And you should have just been like, oh, well, my mom doesn't want y'all to spend the night anymore. Instead of trying to push and push and push for me to go to my sister's house. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. So I'm just like, you're very irrational, and I don't have time for this. And at this point, my feelings is hurt because I don't never rely on nobody for nothing. Every time I got to do something, it's just me. Like, I make everything happen at all points in time. I never ask people for anything. I just do what I got to do at all points in time. So I was just like, bro, I really asked you this one time to spend the night at your house. This one time I needed you. And I didn't even need you to like give me any money or to like do an act. Like, help me study for my quiz or something. Like, it was nothing that was going to take any time out of your life, any money out of your pockets, and nothing. I literally just needed to stay at your house for 2 nights, and that was it. and this is how you act. I'm just like, you're showing your true character right now, and it's not cute. So I'm gonna go. And when his stepfather picked me up, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like talking. I'm just gonna, be a part of this ride. And yeah. And so I spent the night at his house for like the next 2 nights. And it was just like, the thing that was more crazy is the fact that my mom was supposed to be getting her prom dress made. Like both our prom dresses. Because my junior year, I came to prom and 2 people had my dress on. And I was like, I was like, this is not happening again. So senior year, I got my dress made. And so I was just like, you can come, we can both get our dresses made. And my mom was just like, I also pay for your hair or whatever. And so like, all you gotta worry about is getting your shoes and your jewelry. And so she was like, cool. And so one of the reasons why I was just like, I was gonna stay at her house, like instead of my aunt's house or at his house, is because we were supposed to be talking about that as well. And then also it was just like, we was gonna meet at her house to go to the guy to get our dresses done or whatever. And so I was just like, yeah, it make the most sense. And so the next day when we were supposed to be going to go get our dresses done, I'm just like, she really put me out of her house last night. I'm not a spiteful person. And I might possibly give her the chance to explain herself. I know there's no explanation for that, because why would you do that to me? But, I'm going to hear her out. So I text her. I'm like, hey, after school today, meet me at the light rail. You know that we need to go get size for our dresses and then tell them like what type of fabrics we want, whatever. She was just like, okay, I'll come, whatever. And then like, as she had said that, like I got a call from my sister, the one who she wanted me to stay the night with. So my sister's just like, hey. And I'm like, what's good? And she's like, so what happened yesterday? And I'm like, what do you mean that? And she was just like, where did you spend the night at yesterday? And I'm just like, at my boyfriend's house. She was just like, I thought your boyfriend was leaving. I was like, he did. And she was like, so you just was at his house when he wasn't there? I'm like, yeah, bro. And she was just like, why though? She was like, Jingle Bell asked me, could you spend the night at my house? And I knew you didn't want to spend the night at my house. But then, like, she said that you did. And then you didn't show up. And then I was just so confused. And I had fell asleep waiting for you to come or something like that. And I'm just like, and she's just like, all right, so I'm putting pieces together. Did she put you out of her house? Even though she knew you didn't have nowhere to go? And I'm just like, and she's like, bro, I'm ready to bang you. And I'm like, no, for real. I'm like, yo, who told you that? And she was just like, so that's what happened. And I'm like, yes, that's what happened. All right, now you win. What you want? And then my mother got on the phone. I can't believe her. Oh my God, she's the worst person ever in the fucking world. And I'm like, I was like, oh my God, my mother's going off. And y'all, it take a lot to actually make my mother mad. She like the sweetest little soul ever on the planet. And so I'm just like, bro, she's mad. And it was nothing that I could say because I literally didn't have no explanation. I really didn't. Like, it was literally nothing that I could say that was going to make it make sense. So my mom was just like, I don't want to see her. I'm not getting her dress. I'm not getting her hair. Nothing. I can't believe her. And I'm just like, bro, how did you know this though? Because like, what do you mean? And she was just like, girl, she dumb. She called both of us, told both of us a different story. And we just looked at each other like, what is she talking about? I'm like, well, what did she say? And she was like, well, she called mommy and said, hey, I don't know if you talked to Tisha yet, but last night she got mad and she angrily stormed out of the house and I couldn't get her to come back. And then she called me and said, oh, hey, I don't know if you talked to Tisha yet, but I didn't put her out of my house. She just decided that she wanted to leave late last night and I just don't know why. Yeah. And so both of them talk to each other and they just like, why is she lying? And if you was going to lie, why didn't you say the same lie? Like, did you not think we was going to talk? And I'm just like, bro, you fucked up your own bag. I'm just like, I was never going to tell either one of them. You was going to get your dress. Like, everything was going to be cool. I literally was not going to say anything, whether we was friends or not, because, like, you already thought that you were getting your dress with us. You already thought that it was paid for and everything. And maybe you would have worked more shifts or you would have asked more people for money or whatever if you was gonna pay for your own dress. But since we were supposed to be paying for it, I'm just like, even though I'm mad at you and we not friends, we really not. We not friends no more. I'm just like, I'm still gonna let you get your dress. Like, I'm not worried about it. I'm just like, it ain't hurting me for real. And my mother volunteered, and if she got the money, I guess it's cool, whatever. But you told on yourself. Like, she literally thought that I was going to tell my mom and everything, and like purposely try to get her to not get her dress. And so she tried to like go ahead and do damage control. But I'm just like, you literally told them, because they wouldn't have known if it wasn't for you. Because if my sister would have just been asking why I didn't come, I'd just been like, I didn't need to come. But she already knew what was up because you called her and you're dumb. So I'm just like, all right, bro, I don't know what to do for you. And so after that, she was not getting her dress no more. And then since she wasn't getting her dress no more, I didn't feel the need to talk to her. She tried to like apologize, but like the apologize was sorry. I'm just like, no. Because at no point in time did she ever say, I need to spend the night at your house. And I was just like, oh, nah. Like, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, if we best friends, I'm supposed to look out for you at every point in time. Like, whether it's going to inconvenience me or not, if it's going to make sure that you're good, then I'm supposed to be there for you. But you literally knew I didn't have nowhere to go, and then you told me get out. So I'm just like, that just shows me who you actually are and like what you actually care about, because what you care about is not me. And I'm not coming second place to nobody, nigga. I'm sorry. Like, we supposed to be best friends. Like, and it's not even like we had just became best friends and it been like a year or something. At this point, it was like 6 years or something like that. Bro, come on. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. And I'm not the type of person that's going to want to argue about it or figure it out. And I'm not forgiving you. I'm sorry. Because when people show their true colors, you're supposed to look at it. You're supposed to look at it. You're supposed to analyze it and be like, and then move forward. And so that's what I did. Move forward without her. I'm not doing that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, stuff that don't make sense to me, like, I'm out. Because I'm not going to just sit here spending my nights thinking about, dang, why would she do that? Like, no, you're just going to be out of my life because I don't have time. Like, I have other stuff that I need to be worried about. Like, I'm trying to get into college. Like, I have things I need to do, and you're distracting me from that because I'm hurt. Like, why am I hurt right now? I literally just needed somewhere to spend a night, and this is how you act. So, after that, it was done. Because, like, I was just like, basically, you questioning my character and whether or not I care about you, and whether or not I understand the situations that you're in, if you calling my mother and trying to tell her lies. And then also, it's just like, if my mother believed the lie, then I was going to have to explain myself. Because my mother would have been like, why are you storming out of people's houses at night and you ain't got nowhere to go? Like, are you dumb? You could have got kidnapped. And then I'm just sitting there like, just getting fussed at? Like, no. Like, no, you're dumb. So, after that, the friendship was over. I was done. And I only ever had 2 girl best friends, and I have 0 girl best friends right now. I got 2 boy best friends, and that's it. So, like, y'all seen how that went. The other one, it wasn't a similar situation, but it was a similar situation. I just don't have time for people in their games. Like, if we're supposed to be best friends, you're supposed to put me first, period. I don't care. Like, I can understand if, like, you got a boyfriend, y'all been together for like 4 years or something, and I'm just like, hey, let's go get drinks. And he just like, I want you to stay in the house. All right, you got it for real. Because it's not like I need you. I just wanted to see you for real. So it's cool, cancel, whatever. But not me actually needing you and you not being there for me for a guy that you barely know. Sorry, not that girl. So yeah, that was it. I'm not cool with her to this day. I don't talk to her to this day. I don't talk to none of her family to this day. Her family cool. She might be cool. I ain't gonna find out. Like, I be in my own bubble. And the people that I talk to is the people that I talk to. And then that's just it. Like, I be trying to make new friends. I be trying to make new girlfriends. But I'm not settling for that. I'm not settling for that. Like, either you gonna treat me right or you not. And if you're not gonna treat me right, I'm getting out of here. So that's basically it. That's it, y'all. So for me, Storytime Tish the tea is over. Like and subscribe, y'all.